Right now, as you're watching this, your car's transmission might be one bad shift away from total destruction. And the worst part, you're probably the one killing it. I'm not talking about accidents or bad luck. I'm talking about everyday habits that are slowly torturing the most expensive component in your vehicle. Welcome to Car Truth Bombs, where we rip the Band-Aid off and show you the brutal reality of car ownership. Look, I get it. Automatic transmissions are supposed to be simple, right? No clutch pedal, no manual shifting, just put it in drive and go. That's exactly why so many drivers treat them like indestructible robots that'll run forever no matter what abuse you throw at them. But here's the truth bomb. Automatic transmissions are incredibly complex, incredibly fragile, and incredibly expensive to replace. We're talking anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 for a full rebuild. And yet, millions of drivers are unknowingly committing transmission murder every single time they get behind the wheel. Today, I'm breaking down 13 deadly sins of automatic transmission ownership. Some of these might make you angry. Some might make you uncomfortable. But if you're serious about keeping your car alive and your wallet intact, you need to hear every single one. Before we dive deep, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications because the car industry doesn't want you knowing this stuff, but we're not afraid to tell you.
Sin number 1, the rolling shift of death. Here's something I see constantly in parking lots. Drivers who treat their gear selector like a toy. They're backing out, still moving, and clunk, they slam it into drive before the wheels stop spinning. Every single time you do this, you're essentially asking your transmission to reverse the rotation of massive internal components while they're already in motion. The clutch packs inside are screaming, the planetary gears are grinding, and the transmission fluid is turning into a friction soup. The fix? Dead simple. Full, complete, total stop. Let those wheels stop moving before you touch that shifter. Those 2 seconds of patience could mean the difference between a transmission that lasts 200,000 miles and one that dies at 80,000. Sin number 2, trusting a tiny pin with your car's entire weight. Pop quiz. When you park your automatic car without using the parking brake, what's holding your vehicle in place? If you said the transmission, you're technically right. But here's what you probably don't know. It's not some heavy-duty locking mechanism, it's a small metal pin called a parking pawl that's about as thick as your finger. That little guy is now supporting 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of vehicle weight, especially if you're on any kind of incline. What happens over time? That pawl gets stressed, bent, and eventually breaks. And when it breaks, your transmission case cracks from the inside out. This is such an easily preventable disaster that it genuinely keeps me up at night knowing how many people ignore their parking brake. Every single park, engage that brake. Let it support your car's weight, not a piece of metal that was never designed for that job.
Sin number 3, making your transmission do the brakes job. You're cruising down a mountain road, beautiful scenery, everything's great, except your transmission is cooking itself alive. When you leave your car in regular drive mode going downhill, the transmission struggles to manage speed while simultaneously trying to maintain smooth power delivery. The result? Heat buildup, excessive wear on clutch packs, and brake pads that wear down at triple speed because they're doing all the work. Modern automatics give you manual control for a reason. That L or 2 or S mode isn't just decoration, it's engineered to use engine braking to control descent. It's like having a built-in speed limiter that doesn't destroy your components. Mountain driving, towing, long descents, use lower gears. Your transmission will thank you by not dying before its time. Sin number 4, treating transmission fluid like it's immortal. Engine oil gets all the attention. Everyone knows you change it every 5,000 miles or whatever your manual says. But transmission fluid? Most people have never even looked at it. Here's the reality. Transmission fluid is a miracle worker. It lubricates, cools, transfers hydraulic pressure, and keeps everything from turning into a molten metal disaster. But it doesn't last forever. Over time, heat breaks down the chemical composition. The fluid turns dark, starts smelling burnt, and loses its ability to protect. At that point, you're basically running your transmission dry. Check your fluid monthly if you have a dipstick. If you don't, demand your mechanic inspected during every service. And follow the service interval, typically 30,000 to 60,000 miles, religiously. This is non-negotiable if you want your transmission to survive.
Sin number 5, the idle warm-up myth. It's cold outside, so you start your car and let it sit there idling for 10, 15, even 20 minutes. You think you're being gentle, treating your car with care. But modern transmissions don't warm up properly while idling. They need movement, load, and circulation to reach optimal operating temperature. All that idle time just wastes fuel and creates uneven heating patterns. The smart approach: start your car, count to 30, then drive gently for the first few minutes. Easy acceleration, smooth shifting, no heavy loads. This brings both engine and transmission up to temperature evenly and efficiently. Your car's computer systems are sophisticated enough to handle this. They're designed for it. Sin number 6, the neutral at stoplights fallacy. Some people think they're being clever by shifting to neutral at red lights to save fuel. Let me destroy this myth right now. You're not saving anything. Modern fuel injection systems already minimize fuel consumption at idle. What you are doing is interrupting the pressurized fluid circuits inside your transmission. Every time you shift back into drive, there's a momentary surge, a re-engagement, and extra wear on seals and clutches. Your transmission is designed to sit in drive at stoplights. The torque converter handles it perfectly. Leave it alone. Stop trying to outsmart engineering that's been perfected over decades. Sin number 7, launching like you're at a drag strip. Green light hits and you floor it. The tires bark, the engine screams, and you feel that rush of acceleration. Know what else is happening? Your torque converter is experiencing extreme pressure spikes. The clutch packs are being slammed together with tremendous force, and the transmission fluid is heating up rapidly in localized areas. Do this regularly, and you're guaranteeing early transmission failure. Smooth acceleration isn't just about fuel economy. It's about mechanical sympathy. Treat your transmission like a partner, not a punching bag. Build speed progressively, especially from a complete stop. Racing off the line is for race cars with reinforced transmissions, not your daily driver. Sin number 8, towing without thermal protection. You bought a vehicle with towing capacity, so you hook up a trailer and hit the road. What you might not realize is that towing can double or even triple your transmission's heat output. If your vehicle didn't come with a factory transmission cooler, or if you're towing near the maximum capacity, you're playing Russian roulette with your transmission's life. Transmission fluid that overheats breaks down rapidly, turning from a protective lubricant into a corrosive sludge. An auxiliary transmission cooler costs maybe $200 to $400 installed, but it can prevent a $5,000 transmission replacement. If you tow regularly, this isn't optional. It's mandatory equipment. Sin number 9, driving on fumes. Running your fuel tank down to empty isn't just risky because you might get stranded, it's actively harming your vehicle. Your fuel pump relies on gasoline for cooling. When you're running near empty, the pump overheats, deteriorates faster, and can start pulling sediment from the bottom of the tank into your fuel system. This affects fuel delivery, engine performance, and creates stress throughout your powertrain, including the transmission's ability to operate smoothly. Keep your tank above a quarter full at all times. It protects your fuel pump, ensures consistent delivery, and keeps your entire drivetrain happy. Plus, you'll never have that panic moment of coasting into a gas station on fumes. Sin number 10, forgetting fluid changes exist. Unlike engine oil, where everyone's trained to change it regularly, transmission fluid changes often get forgotten, sometimes for the entire life of the vehicle. Manufacturers have gotten sneaky with lifetime fluid claims, but here's the truth. There's no such thing as truly lifetime fluid. Debris accumulates, additives deplete, and heat cycles take their toll. If your vehicle has a dipstick, check it once a month. If it doesn't, have your mechanic check it every major service. And regardless of what the manual says, consider a fluid change or flush every 50,000 miles if you drive in tough conditions: heat, hills, towing, traffic. This single maintenance item can extend your transmission's life by years.
Sin number 11, the mismatched tire disaster. You get a flat tire, replace just one, and keep driving. Seems harmless, right? Wrong. Different tire diameters, even by a small percentage, cause different wheel speeds. In all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles especially, this confuses the transmission and differential systems. They're receiving conflicting data about rotation speeds and trying to compensate, which creates massive internal stress. Always replace tires in sets or at minimum in pairs on the same axle. Match sizes exactly to manufacturer specifications and maintain consistent tread depth across all four corners. Your transmission's computer systems depend on this symmetry. Sin number 12, ignoring your transmission's cry for help. Your transmission can't speak English, but it's constantly trying to communicate. Delayed shifts, hesitation when accelerating, slipping between gears, strange whining or clunking noises. These aren't just how the car is. They're distress signals, early warning signs that something inside is failing. Here's the brutal truth. Catching a transmission problem early might cost you $200 for a solenoid or sensor. Ignoring it until catastrophic failure hits, $5,000 to $8,000 for a full rebuild or replacement. At the first sign of abnormal behavior, get it scanned for codes. See a transmission specialist. Don't wait. Don't hope it goes away. Don't convince yourself it's normal. It's not.
Sin number 13, the silent killer: heat. We've talked about heat throughout this video, but it deserves its own spotlight because heat is the #1 destroyer of automatic transmissions. Period. Whether it's from low coolant, a failing radiator, stop-and-go traffic in summer, or prolonged idling with the AC blasting, when your engine overheats, your transmission is overheating too. They share cooling systems in most vehicles. Transmission fluid breaks down rapidly at high temperatures. At 220 degrees Fahrenheit, it starts degrading. At 240 degrees Fahrenheit, damage is occurring. At 260 degrees Fahrenheit and above, you're in catastrophic failure territory. Check your cooling system regularly. Replace coolant according to schedule. If you see your temperature gauge climbing, pull over immediately. Don't push through hoping to reach your destination. Those extra miles could cost you thousands. There you have it. 13 brutal truths about automatic transmission ownership that most people learn the hard way, after their transmission is already destroyed and they're staring at a repair bill that makes their eyes water. But you're not most people. You're watching this channel because you want the truth, not sugar-coated nonsense from car salesmen and lazy mechanics. Here's your reality check. Transmissions are engineering marvels, but they're not magic. They need respect, maintenance, and intelligent operation. Every single one of these 13 mistakes is completely preventable. You have the power right now to add tens of thousands of miles and years to your transmission's life. All it takes is awareness and a commitment to doing things the right way. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button. Share it with every car owner you know, especially that friend who treats their car like a rental. And subscribe to our channel because we're just getting started ripping the curtain back on everything the automotive industry doesn't want you to know. Drop a comment below. Which of these sins have you been committing? Be honest. No judgment here. We're all learning. The difference between a smart car owner and a broke one is what you do after you know the truth. Until next time, drive smarter, not harder.